You know why we're here. We're here to make money. Cold hard cash. Hi guys and welcome back to Crypto Chester. My name is Chester and today I'm going to be walking you through the crypto markets. First things first, we talk about Bitcoin here on the short-term time frame. Then we're going to be hitting up the midterm. Once we're done with the midterm, guys, you know what we're going to do. We're going to hit up the long term. I've been very ill for a while, but I'm back. I'm back. I'm just about here, guys. And then once we're done with Bitcoin, we are going to be going through to my altcoins today, guys. This is 3 altcoins that I've chosen to showcase to you today. And those 3 that I've chosen to showcase to you today are, we've got a bit of Stellar going on. Bit of Stellar à toi. We've got a bit of Solana, baby. And also we're going to be touching on Luna as well because we've gone pretty parabolic there as well. Interesting stuff coming through. But yeah, overall, good to be back. In terms of the crypto markets in general, really quite bad, right? really quite bad. Let me get some background music on for you guys and we will get the stream going. First time back in a while, pretty nervous actually. It's quite interesting. I'm just hoping everything is going to run okay. Obviously, first stream back in probably like a week and a half. But yeah, shout outs coming through. We got Phoenix in the chat there. Nice to see you on the stream there, my guy. We got Simon. The members are coming through there. Whoop whoop. Chester in the house. Yes, sir. I am back. But yeah, thank you ever so much for tuning in, guys. Do appreciate it. We've got Ivo. Nice to see you on the stream there, Ivo. Dude is alive and kicking. Some random guys here saying, yo, we got another CME gap between 54 and 55. Yes, yeah, we'll probably look at it. Goes the first pen of the stream. We'll definitely look at the CME gap coming through there, man. Definitely. We'll definitely get through to that. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into the charts here because I think a lot of us did want Bitcoin to be performing differently to what we've seen recently, right? It's just November is just kind of been a sort of September, and when I say that, just a really dirty downtrend, just really awful, to be honest with you. really quite awful. And with the whole the bullish sentiment and stuff like that was very present throughout October, throughout probably the end of September, towards even the start of November, that sort of era, right? That sort of era. We've obviously seen a lot of disappointment, right? And this it just comes onto the fear and greed index, right? Very fearful, very fearful compared to what we did see last month, guys. We were sat above 70 for a very long time, and it's just been really quite awful. And it just shows how scarce the markets are right now, because I do think a lot of people were insanely bullish through this period here, even when we were all-time highs for Bitcoin. That sort of the momentum that we were gaining there and the confidence in the crypto markets, a lot of people were just thinking, right, we're going to 100k by the end of the year. These were all the targets. The rumors, the FOMO in the market was so large, and we did see total market cap and stuff like that really just smash it, really smash it. So in a reflection of that, it's just been pretty bad, guys. Really quite bad. I think a lot of confidence is falling off for crypto in general at this point in time, just because of, well, you can just see it here. You can see this downtrend. It's really quite strong. We did actually invalidate a very strong higher low here, and we're currently trading at 56,715. The bit of good news here, what I want to say here, we haven't lost this key area, this 53k, that sort of area, right? We'll get to the long term, but let me that was just a little summary while I've been away. But yeah, let me just get straight into the TA, guys. As you can see here, we're going to be starting off on Bitcoin here on the 1 hour. Now, on the 1 hour, as you can see, guys, for you day traders out there, we do have a falling parallel channel. I mean, since literally the middle of November, this has really come into fruition here. You can see that we do have multiple levels of resistance to get over here, guys. We've tested this so many times, and after testing something so many times, I would expect some sort of breakout scenario here. but we haven't really been seeing this, guys. It's just like, if we were going to break out, this would have been actually really nice after seeing such an uptrend like so. I would have expected another big spike to the upside. Volume weighted ATR band there probably would have held us back, but it did look like, after testing something like 4, 5, 6 times, guys, you're likely to see some sort of break. So this is definitely something to be taking into consideration for the future, because if we do actually see a higher low get set here from this low point that we've got here, we could be looking at another test on this downward sloping resistance line at 58,300, that sort of area, right? That's definitely going to be a point of contact point of contact to be looking out for there. Just gonna have a drink of H2O, and then we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going straight into it, because yeah, it's good to be back, I must say. Good to be back. Very, very nice indeed in terms of H2O. And guys, 5 likes already, absolutely unbelievable. Do appreciate all the likes, and to be honest, I'm gonna need a little bit of a helping hand here, because obviously I have been really ill, and last day of the antibiotics today, so we're all good. We're coming back strong, but yeah, I will need a little helping hand with YouTube algorithms again. I do appreciate all your likes coming through, guys. But yeah, in terms of Bitcoin right now, on the hourly, on the short term, we are below all major moving averages, guys, so we do need to take into consideration of the chance of some more resistance here. Chance of some more resistance. I mean, literally like 2-3 hours ago, we did see us actually come up and test this 57,369, but from there, it has just been pretty dire, pretty weak. Well, I would say the weakest downtrend in the world, but still not like insane, because we're not setting lower lows. We're still setting higher lows in terms of these wicks here. We're still setting lower highs in terms of these wicks to the upside, right? We are currently testing a massive level of support here on the 55. We can hold support on the 55 like we have done here. We could expect a bit of a pump to the upside. If this pump is going to happen and it's going to be nice, we could be looking to get over all the major moving averages, and that would hopefully give us the support that we would need to take another stab at this 58,450 zone there. So yeah, these are a couple of points that I would be looking out for today there. On the hourly. In terms of breakout scenarios that we could be looking out for the future here, is it going to break out today? Good question. Maybe. Not sure. It all depends on what I was just saying there, whether we can get over the major moving averages and whether we are going to find the resistance that we have found here yet again. Hopefully we don't, and we can see a nice breakout scenario. In terms of a breakout scenario, guys, in terms of a trade, in terms of a nice long position that we could be looking for here for Bitcoin. I know it is really quite scarce long in Bitcoin at this time, but this is why we're going to be doing the classic staggering your take profits all the way up. That sort of momentum, right? Because that sort of mentality, just because you can see the major resistance points. I'm not talking about this trend line that we've got coming down here. I'm talking about these horizontals, guys. I'm talking about these horizontal trading along this point, in a sense, right? So you can see this horizontal that we've got coming through here. This is going to be acting as a massive take profit. This is going to be acting as a massive take profit for this long position that I'm speaking about, right? In terms of percentages for a breakout scenario like this, this is it's going to be quite interesting to see, right? It's going to be quite interesting to see, because it's going to be around a 7, near enough an 8%. Phoenix says, you didn't shout out the Crypto Chester feed Telegram. Oh, I will, my good sir. Link to the Telegram community is in the chat. If you guys do want to join that. It's a nice safe space for new traders as well. If you are new to trading cryptocurrency, that's a place where you can ask pretty much loads of questions, and we've got some nice professional traders in there as well that are happy, open people that are happy to help you, right, in progressing in your journey. But yeah, in terms of a breakout scenario for Bitcoin, this is definitely something I would be looking for, around 6, 7, 8% gain there. But as I said, staggering take profits all the way up here. We're not just going to blindly be going for this 8%, because that's going to bring us 63,000. If we were going to do that, it's just far too greedy to be running this all the way up, guys. We want to be staggering take profits all the way up, preparing for any sort of resistance coming through there. But yeah, that's basically the I guess it would be the smarter way to basically be executing that position in terms of take profits. Now, in terms of the volume weighted ATR band, another point of resistance that we do need to be looking out for around this 59,800. And guys, this is on speculatively speaking whether we are going to break to the upside out of this parallel channel, right? Hopefully we can. So yeah, definitely a point to be looking out for is the volume weighted ATR band at 59,836. As you can see, we do find Viva La resistance from this zone. If not, we do trend above it, guys. So yeah, definitely a couple of points to be looking out for there in terms of a breakout scenario for said future for Bitcoin. In terms of what we are seeing now, we have seen a bit of a micro downtrend here on the hourly. I would say over the last like 12 hours or so, we have been trending down quite aggressively. from seeing that resistance point at that 58,600 there, as I said, below all major moving averages. I want to talk about a potential bullish divergence coming through here on the RSI, on the hourly. As you can see, we do have a low point coming through here in terms of, I guess, a sideways range there. But yeah, I guess, yeah, low point in terms of the sideways range there, bouncing off the volume weighted ATR band yet again, and also dirty trap zone for that parallel channel that we were just speaking about there. But yeah, the low point there is going to be around 53,220. God, that's so low, isn't it? 53,226. But yeah, you can see it on the RSI here. We're actually creeping ever so closely to getting below that, guys. And if we do actually come down, have a nice little rejection resistance point coming through from all the major moving averages here, we're likely to see the RSI come down, and that's when we're going to be forming this this bullish divergence coming through. And that's basically an indication that we could have a nice little bounce back up to the upside there. So yeah, a couple of things to be thinking about there in terms of the hourly chart for the old BTC. Yeah, moving on to I've got like the sorest lips in the world as well, so I can't be like shouting juicy or anything like that, because otherwise my lips are going to crack and it's going to be dreadful. But yes, anyway, moving on to Bitcoin here, coming through on the midterm time frame. Interesting stuff. Yes, all-time high coming through there, and from there we have just been, unfortunately, just trending down. We do have that trend line from the all-time high, from the previous all-time high coming through there, and that's obviously, we actually found resistance testing that on the third test coming through there. From there, it has just been dire. It's been a bit of Danny Dyer. It's been a really bad downtrend, right? Really quite awful. As we were discussing at the start of the stream there, November has not been a friendly month for crypto and Bitcoin in general, right? It's been really quite bad. What I would say is, quite an interesting scenario that could be playing out here. You can see that we do have a very strong level of support along this zone here in terms of this downward sloping support line here. Massive trend line coming to the downside here. This is definitely going to be a point that we have bounced off multiple times here. You can see it's in this consolidatory gray box zone that I drew ages ago, right? Back in October, right? So yeah, it's definitely a massive level of support. These are the areas that we are looking for here. I think before, I think we were streaming around, it's a while ago, right? It was because obviously I've had a week and a half off, so because being ill, right, not out of choice. But I do remember, like probably like 2 weeks ago, I did say, look guys, I have a limit order in at 54, and it did get filled really quite nicely, to be honest, and it has just banged it up from there, because because of the support along this zone, right? The support along this zone was just really strong, and I did spot this for quite a while, like the volume weighted ATR, and we pretty much know that sort of holds out. Did it again, man. We pretty much know that sort of holds out most of the time in terms of support there. As you can see there, especially on the hourly, guys, massive levels of support along this zone. And also we had that grey box zone as well from that consolidation point that we did see back in October. So yeah, really not too bad stuff. But what I want to talk about now is not my live position or anything like that, because I took a massive lump of profit at this resistance line coming through, because it is the resistance line, the downward sloping resistance line from the all-time high there. But what I do want to say is this chart pattern that we are seeing here is a falling wedge, guys. We're seeing a falling wedge chart pattern, and we know about falling wedges. They tend to usually, it is crypto, they tend to break to the upside, guys. So we could actually be looking for another breakout scenario to the upside. And to be honest with you, think like a whale, you're never going to fail sort of scenario here. I would be trying to think like a whale here and be like, right, back at like the start of October, this sort of area here, all-time highs coming through for Bitcoin, total market cap getting reached for cryptocurrency in general, right? We're seeing everyone being really bullish here, and think like a whale, you're never going to fail. What is the most likely scenario? Just carry on a lovely downtrend and just make everyone who was buying around these areas really scarce now, right? Because this would have brought in a lot of new investors from a lot of news coming through there. All-time highs just getting breached every single time. News articles are going out, pulling in new investors into Bitcoin and stuff like that. But from that point there, think like a whale, you're never going to fail, guys. We're still going to be 16% down. From an investor's point of view, that's a really bad investment at this time, right? So people might be selling at a loss here. This is why you probably are seeing it trend down quite a bit. But what I do want to say here is I would expect some upside. I don't expect it to completely just be trending down like this, because at the end of the day, right, we have trended down for quite a while, for a massive lump of November, right? A massive chunk of November. And I do think the big decider is going to be the first week of December, guys. The first week of December. And to be honest, we will get to the longer term time frame here. On the weekly chart, it's actually looking quite bullish for the first week of December. So, yeah, I would expect some upside coming through. So I know there is some people out there that are holding positions and they're like, oh, God, man, I've been sat at a loss for so long now. It's going to come back. It will come back. I do have faith in that. But yeah, I do have faith in that. But I just think December, the first week of December, is going to be the really massive decider coming through there. Let's jump to the chat quickly. We've got Hi Jazz saying, welcome back, mate. Yes, thank you very much. Do appreciate it, man. Yeah, I have had a little bit of time off, about a week and a half or so. And Nika coming through there saying, yay, welcome back, but take it easy now. Yes, yeah, I will, not a problem. I mean, it's last day of antibiotics, so yeah. Am I feeling better? Yes and no. I'm better than I was, but definitely not 100%, I'll tell you that. LR says, hope you're feeling better. Nice to see you on the stream there, LR. Appreciate you coming through. And Sarah as well. Cool. Dominated by the females today. Nice to see, nice to see. And nice to see you on the stream. But yeah, let's carry on with Bitcoin. Right? Sort of a bit off form, not streaming for a week and a half. It really is. It's quite interesting. Like I got nervous coming onto stream and stuff like that. It's interesting. But yeah, so as you can see, guys, we do have a bearish divergence actually coming through as well. This is probably why we're seeing a bit of momentum to the downside, even after testing. Keep doing that, man. Even after testing this downward sloping resistance line quite a few times, right? We are still seeing that momentum to the downside actually play out. But yeah, what I would say here is the breakout scenario from this falling wedge pattern is going to be something along the lines of this. Let's get some measure moves drawn in, because this could be a very nice long position to be getting involved with. Going to be from, I probably wouldn't be getting in until we've cleared this high here at this horizontal around 58,378. That's sort of going to be the confirmation there. And also, when that is going to come into fruition there, guys, we do need to basically take into consideration this 200 EMA as well, right? You can see the resistance that we have found off this quite a few times there. If we can find support there, it's going to be pretty nice, right? It's going to be pretty nice. You can see resistance continuously there. Maybe some level of support that we can be finding off. Another best examples coming through there on the 4-hour there for Bitcoin on this 200. Yeah, it's not too bad, right? We know the 200 EMA usually holds a nice level of support, where it has done in previous history and across multiple different time frames there. So yeah, if we can get above that, that's definitely going to be a point to be looking out for there, because that's going to mean we're going to be being above this this lower high as well. And when we invalidate a lower high like this, guys, pretty bullish, right? It's going to be pretty bullish. So yeah, if we can get above that, then yeah, there's definitely going to be a position up from there. In terms of percentages there, yeah, it's around 7.71% there. Our ring target's around 62k. We were talking about the same scenario coming through here on the short-term time frame as well. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how this all does correlate together and plan out together. There's obviously two bullish chart patterns coming through there. Sarah's been ill as well. Hope you're getting better, Sarah. Yeah, it's not been great. I think it's because like all the whole don't know what words I can say without getting banned or something, but yeah, the last few years and everything that's been going on. There's not been that much interaction with other that many other people, right? So a lot of I guess our antibodies to flus and stuff like that, they're not very strong at the moment. So yeah, we've got to get ill and then build them back up, right? That's the daily fly coming in. But yeah, nice to see you on the stream as well there, Stuart. Yeah, nice to see you on the stream there, Matt. Do appreciate you stopping by. And 11 likes, guys. Do appreciate it coming through. And your likes really don't go unappreciated. And I will be back from now on. Hopefully, if I feel good, right? I will be back from now on, streaming every single day, Monday to Friday. And yeah, it's nice to be back, I must say. Really nice to be back. I would say RSI right now here for Bitcoin. Let's get straight back into it, right? Because we've got altcoins to do as well. I'm going to stop waffling on, right? And yeah, we're pretty central on the RSI, so that basically gives us a bit of room to go either way here. But as I was saying, on the short-term time frame, shorter term time frames, I would be looking for the correlative point between these moving averages, right? Because when these moving averages get to these called up point, as you can see, they are coming to this called up point. When we do get to this sort of area here, we're likely to see some sort of breakout in the price, as you've seen here. Called up area here, breakout in the price, right? So yeah, it's quite a common thing to be happening. So yeah, it's definitely a point to be looking out for there for the future for Bitcoin here on the short term time frame. But yeah, let's jump to the Did we do the midterm? Yeah, we did the midterm. Let's jump to Actually, I want to touch a bit more on the midterm here, just because obviously this is a scenario to the upside, and I want to be completely honest with you guys. I'm not just going to be insanely bullish. I'm not just going to tell you that it's going to be really, really bullish, right? If we are going to break to the downside, we've got to be weighing up these possibilities, right? We have to be weighing up these possibilities. Now, this is where it's scarce. This is where it's going to be interesting times here for Bitcoin, just because we're going to be going on the most recent downtrend inside of this chart pattern here, and that is insanely ambitious, so we're not going to do that. We're going to be doing a little bit more, which is basically going to be doing like this, right? Doing like this. And obviously, guys, this is speculatively speaking. This is if we break really key levels of support here, and as I was saying, I was talking about this levels of support before I was ill, right? These are very, very strong levels of support, and we have seen this actually play out multiple times in terms of consolidation and in terms of a nice pump to the upside, right? But yeah, if we do lose this, we've got to weigh up all the scenarios here. If we do lose this, there is going to be a short position. And I would say before I'd probably say around this sort of area here, around the 15th of November, before this dump here, I was actually I wasn't that confident in taking short positions here, just because of how the whole market was behaving and how bullish everyone was, right? I really wasn't confident in taking shorts around this sort of area. But now I would say, now we've invalidated a lot of higher lows here, then yeah, it is bearish on the cards in terms of just looking at a chart, right? It is still bearish. We have got lower highs from the all-time high there. So yeah, it is bearish, but I know the whole sentiment is bullish. And if we are looking at previous all-time highs, when I say previous all-time highs, I'm talking like back in April, that's those sorts of scenarios there, guys. We didn't really have that many, and obviously like the previous cycles that we were a part of in previous years, right? We didn't have that much backing and confidence, right? Backing and confidence behind BTC and just crypto in general, right? And we have actually seen we've seen this coming through, right? On the let's have a little look on this BTC All Exchanges Reserve, right? This is how much BTC is being held on exchanges in general. There's a big line across my screen. I think that's just me. But yeah, so it basically shows how much BTC is being held in general across all of the exchanges, right? And if this has been trending now for quite a while, even though the markets have been trending down here, this still is a very, very bullish sign, because it basically means people are hodling their Bitcoin. They're not going to be selling it instantly on the exchanges. So yeah, it's a very bullish sign to see. So we do have a lot of actually pretty confident investors coming through for Bitcoin compared to like previous all-time highs and stuff like that. So I really wouldn't expect us to be cascading down and really dumping like crazy, unless obviously we know with the whole can I say variant? Do you reckon? No. Say the new variant that's come out, right? That's caused a lot of a bit of a shake in the market, right? I know a lot of countries and a lot of people in general are really quite worried. So because it's been a while since we've had a new variant. So yeah, I'm not going to get into that whole thing. But what I do want to say is like stuff like this, it really does affect the market. So so good example, like oil. Do you remember oil, when oil went all the way down to like zero? Like crazy, absolutely crazy. So yeah, we do need to take these into consideration if we are going to see any sort of panic sell-off, and not just crypto in general, right? When I say panic sell-off in like across all markets, we're going to be seeing this across the stock market. And if we see a bearish stock market, guys, we're going to see crypto take a hit. It's fact. It happens, right? We are going to see crypto take a hit. So just please be prepared for that, and just please just trade safe out there, because yeah, we could see we know how a bit of news can really throw the markets off, and especially at this time, especially around Christmas, with inflation and everything like that. It's going to be a very interesting time for the markets. I'd say exciting, but it's still worrying at the same time as well, right? But yeah, this is the breakdown scenario. If we are going to see any sort of any bad news or any of that, like as I was just talking about there, this is the breakdown scenario that we could be looking for. Targets of around 47,089. Still an 11% gain there, guys. And remember, if the markets are going down in some insane crash, we can still short these markets. We can still make money. And you all know why we're here. We're here to make money. It's as simple as that. But yeah, let's Bitcoin here on let's jump to the long-term time frame. And let's get through this, because let's talk about this this bearish divergence that we were talking about from all-time highs coming through there from before. Let me get that up there. Yeah, from all-time highs from before there, guys, we did have that that bearish divergence coming through, and that's obviously taken a massive hit in terms of the markets here. And to be honest, I really didn't think we would come down this low, but as you can see here, we have weighed up these scenarios coming through here in terms of horizontals. In terms of the volume profile visible range coming through here, we do have I would say quite a bit of resistance coming through around 61k there. So yeah, I would expect resistance, and yeah, to be honest, that does actually plan out with the central point of that the bull market barrier as well there, guys. So yeah, let me get rid of some indicators and let's have a little look at this. Yeah, so unfortunately, we did actually fall below the bull market barrier here, guys. And if you're not familiar with this indicator, then it's obviously if we're blue, we're in a bull market, guys. If we're red, we're in a undecided dirty bear market, right? And now this is a sort of scenario that we are looking for here, because we were flirting with the idea of really starting this huge uptrend coming through here, and it was really quite nice to see. But from there, obviously, we have just seen corrections coming through there. In terms of like a macro scale here for Bitcoin, obviously, we got humongous uptrends. Obviously, we got the May crash coming through here. We did have cup and handle scenario playing out here, causing all-time highs coming through there, right? But from there, even just looking at this uptrend in terms of this rising parallel channel, guys, you can see that we do have a lot of resistance along these zones continuously. Didn't quite get there at the all-time high on the last sort of leg up that we were trying to there, and you can see the support on the lower side here. This is why we are testing this crucial zone here. This is why it's a very, very crucial area for Bitcoin, because if we are to lose this zone, it's going to be rough. It's going to be really rough. But what I do want to say is this uptrend in general, it's fine. It's fine. It's a healthy uptrend. Like, it's fine. We've seen nice progression. We've seen a nice correctionary month across September. Nice progression. Nice correctionary month coming through from the whole of November. Sort of end of October, right? Consolidation end of October. So what I would actually expect is a pump coming through here. And this is why I was saying at the start of the stream here, guys, December is going to be, it's going to be the start of December, the first week of December, right? It's going to be really like a deciding area for Bitcoin, right? Because if we are going to break to the downside here, it could mean that we could be looking for a measure move down here out of this rising parallel channel here. And that's going to be something along the lines of this, right? Something along the lines of this, obviously, depending on where we're going to break, speculatively speaking, of course, guys. And it could be bringing us down to around 44,000 there. That's just one scenario coming through there. But yeah, this is where it's going to be the deciding sort of area here for Bitcoin in terms of the start of December there. But what I do want to say is, if we are going to bounce here, you can see the momentum to the upside that we have found along this trend line multiple times here. So yeah, it's not looking bad. It's not looking bad, but it would make me want to turn this divergence coming through into a trend line, right? We could be basically plotting that into a trend line there, guys, and we could basically be expecting some resistance back up around this zone, around 63,000, that sort of area, maybe even before at this bull market barrier. But yeah, a couple of interesting things to be looking out for there for the future there for Bitcoin. Do you think it might take a month or so see that massive leg up? See, as I was saying before, LR, thinking like a whale, you're not going to fail here. And the whales have been trending down for quite a while. And I feel like if people were really going to sell at a loss, they probably would have done it by now, because being sat in a loss for 3 weeks in a position or so, from a new trader, a new investor point of view here, coming into crypto, right? Because obviously, as I was saying, we got all-time highs getting reached. A lot of new investors would be coming in. If they've been sat in a loss for 3 weeks or so, they're probably going to be thinking, no, I don't want to be in these markets. So it's obviously throwing a lot of people off, right? So if you think like, well, you're never going to fail, I would expect actually Bitcoin to be banging it up here. I would expect more confidence to be coming in here, because you can see, look, fear and greed index is it's insanely low right now. It's insanely low, and you can see the start of the week here, it was 33. I haven't seen 33 in literally months, right? It's September sort of times there. So I would expect the whales to be pushing it up now. I wouldn't expect insane dumps to the downside, because at the end of the day, as I was saying, I would expect more. They want to be bringing in more people now. They've all the people that were selling at a loss have probably sold at a loss here. So they want to be bringing in as many new investors as they can. Maybe coming up to challenge this 60k sort of level again there. That would be something to get a lot more investors back in, and also maybe even all-time highs, tapping them, and then maybe a dump after that. But from thinking like a whale sort of perspective here, I would expect a pump to the upside, right? I wouldn't just expect it to keep trending down here, because we want, like as I say, I keep saying think like a whale, but they're going to be wanting to accumulate as much cold hard cash as possible. So yeah, it's definitely something to be looking at. In terms of the hash rate here, guys, this is quite interesting because I am long from 43,800. I think that was my entry. Yeah, 43,800 there, and the hash rate is actually we're getting closer. We're getting closer to the crossover, and this is obviously where we're going to see that trade actually come to an end there. And if we jump back to the live charts there, you can see after this has happened multiple times here, get a closed position, we see humongous dumps to the downside, right? And yeah, this is definitely a few things to be looking out for there. In terms of the hash rate for Bitcoin here, and in terms of profit for this position, because I know a lot of you, well, a few of you have been following me for months on end now since we actually got into this position, and I don't know whether you're actually holding out like I am here, waiting for that close, but we're still up around 30% there, so yeah, really not too bad. Really not too bad there. And if you guys did want this indicator for free, you're more than welcome to have it. You just go to your indicator section on TradingView, just type in hash ribbons backtest by Bitcoin beats, and yeah, you can basically just pretty much blindly long it, right? You can pretty much just blindly long this indicator, and as you can see here, starting with $10,000 there. Well, let's reset. Yeah, starting with $10,000 there, we are sat at $69,000 profit, right? So yeah, it's really quite good. 80% profitable, 5 trades on this chart. Really not too bad, but yeah, as I said, if you did want this, go to your indicator tabs, hash ribbons backtest by Bitcoin Beats. And yeah, massive shout out to Bitcoin Beats as well. That is my older brother. If you guys want to go check him out on YouTube, yeah, he's got a pretty cool channel as well there. Amazing stuff. 18 likes, guys. Really do appreciate likes coming through. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Bitcoin. What I would say is just a summary. I would say I would expect some sort of pump coming through there. Thinking like a whale, right? Because they want to put a bit more confidence into the markets there, but the deciding point is going to be December. It's going to be the start of December, which we're very close to be getting to. And the chances of us going like 100k, because I know there was huge rumors about 100k by the end of the year for Bitcoin. In terms of percentages from where we are now to get to that, it's going to be around a 75% gain there for Bitcoin, and it's quite unlikely. And I was saying this throughout the start of November and stuff like that. The longer that this actually takes, the more unlikely it's basically going to be, right? If we are going on previous trends and percentages, you can see from basically the end of September to near enough, just under a month, right? Just over 3 weeks there. I would say we did get around 61% in terms of a momentum. An uptrend, right? 61% an uptrend there. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's completely out of the question, but it would mean we would pretty much have to go parabolic. And if we did see 100k get tapped by the end of the year, guys, you can see how parabolic we would actually probably need to go to get to that, and that would just cause a humongous sell-off in the future, right? So yeah, ideally, I know people want it to go to 100k by the end of the year, but to be honest, it's probably better if we don't, right? It's probably better if we don't, and probably we just carry on this nice uptrend like so. All-time highs, just looking nice and fresh, right? This would be the ideal sort of scenario here for Bitcoin over the next coming months into the start of next year, right? Probably into the whole of Q1, I would expect that would be probably the best sort of scenario coming through there. Just nice retest and just a nice uptrend, right? But yeah, that's pretty much BTC summed up there, guys. Pretty much BTC summed up, and yeah, it's nice to be back on stream. I must say, yeah, had a week and a half off or something just because I've been fairly ill. But yeah, let's get through to my altcoins of the day, guys. Just to check another chart on my screen. Yeah, my altcoins of the day. This is 3 altcoins I've chosen to showcase to you today. Those are, we got a bit of Stellar, we got a bit of Solana, and also a bit of Luna as well. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see what we're gonna get on them. We'll start off with Stellar, shall we? We'll start off with Stellar. Let's get rid of that chart. There we go. Now I can see the stream again. Here we go. Good morning, Nick, as well. Nice to see you on the stream there. Just have a little look at the chat there. Hi, Oscar. Nice to see you on the stream as well. Professor Stabby. Stock's already bearish. Yeah, I do agree. Joe Carpenter. Nice to see you on the stream there too. Mubin talks. I buy Retcoin at 0.54. I hope it's not doing too bad, man. Yeah, let's do some altcoins now. Once I'm done with my altcoins of the day, guys, we're going to get to the altcoin request part of the show, and you can basically just slam loads of altcoin requests. I'm going to do them for you live on stream. My first altcoin of the day that I've chosen to showcase to you today is a bit of Stellar Atois coming through here. As you can see, guys, we do have all-time high points for Stellar coming through around 80 cents. They're currently trading around 34 cents. Not too great here. You can see this trend line coming through from the Black Swan March event there. You can see actually the level of support that we have gained along this zone multiple times here. This is where it gets really quite interesting, because we did over the last last 3 days or so, we have actually seen us break that trend line to the downside there. But this is where it's really quite crucial, because, and this is why it's claimed my altcoin of the day, because we have actually found that trend line again in terms of a level of support, and also we're in a breakout scenario for a potential trade position coming through there. This could be really quite nice here. So it's definitely something I did want to touch on, right? In terms of a summary on that daily there, we do have an upward sloping parallel channel there, guys. So yeah, ideally in the future, we could be getting up to these sort of prices of around this $1.50 if we are going to see this trend line actually come out to these sort of zones here. Obviously, in terms of percentages there, we're looking at around a 300% gain there. So for Stellar, obviously miles away from those targets. But what I do want to talk about here today is a couple of other positions, because we do have an ascending triangle coming through here as well. And the ascending triangle breakout scenario is going to be something along the lines of this, guys. As you can see, measure move like so. That's going to be brought up to this sort of level depending on where we're going to break along this horizontal here, because you can see we have actually had multiple tests along this zone here. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see if this does actually plan out. In terms of percentages there for this trade for Stellar for the future, guys, this isn't going to be happening overnight. This is going to be a big swing trade for the future here for Stellar, and it's going to be around a 40%. It's not just going to go parabolic. You're going to be in this trade for quite a while. Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice. Please go do your own research and all of that stuff. What I do want to talk about now is a potential trade for today that we could be looking out for. So I'm going to drop down to the 4 hour here, because as you can see, we do have this falling wedge chart pattern, guys. Mass level support along this lower side of this trend line here, and also the volume weighted ATR band is holding us up. Very attractive indeed. Very nice, very nice. What I would be looking for here is a breakout scenario. We're currently in one, but I wouldn't be entering just yet, just because you can see these lower highs. We've challenged these lower highs sort of area multiple times, and the resistance has actually played out really quite strong. But what I do want to say, after challenging something like this probably 3 or 4 times here, we could be looking at another challenge, and this is where we're going to break, right? On the 4th challenge there, we're probably going to break it, right? And this is obviously going to be very progressive for the price of Stellar, and also for a very nice long position coming through there. So yeah, in terms of a measure move that we could be looking for, and obviously, guys, this is the non-greedy measure move. We could be doing insanely greedier measure moves coming through here, but in my opinion, they're just not as realistic, and we're going to make more money doing it in a realistic stance, right? So yeah, in terms of not getting in, I probably would be waiting till this 200 EMA and also this horizontal, depending on the price action on how we go from there, because we could even be staggering in another take profit at around this sort of area here, because you can see the resistance is there, so there could be a nice little move from there. And we are going to be staggering take profits all the way up here, guys. We're not just going to be going blindly for let's do some percentages, right? We're not going to blindly be going for like 9% here. As I said, probably going to be getting in after this trend line here. So it leaves us around 4% wiggle room, something like that. And hey, 4% is still a great trade there. And that's obviously a spot trade, guys. If you are leveraging this, it's going to be a heck of a lot higher than that. So yes, not too bad in terms of Stellar right now. And also, as I was saying there on the daily chart, that trend line that we have just refound, that we've been basically holding that support up from March 2020, it shows that we've got a lot of support below that, right? A lot of support below us. So just another thing to basically keep in your back pocket that shows that we are going to have that bullish momentum to the upside, right? So yeah, overall, not too bad for Stellar. What I would say on the hourly things to be looking out for here is, I would say a pullback, but we have just had a pullback to the major moving averages here. We are riding the 10 simple up really quite nicely. You can see we are actually struggling a little bit here. We're struggling a little bit here in terms of this this horizontal that we got plotted in here around this 34 cents there. So ideally, I would be looking to get to over that 34 cents, and then we could be looking at around 35 cents. That sort of area for that long position, just in summary for that there, guys. But yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, that's going to be your daily update today on Stellar. I think I just swallowed a fly while doing that. Darren Kelly, when the moon, I need Lambo. Won't be long, man. Won't be long. Fingers crossed. As I was just summarizing there on the BTC update, I would expect the start of December, the first week of December, to be a real decider for crypto in general. And obviously that is not taking into consideration the whole new variant narrative that's traveling the world right now. So yeah, that could obviously have a pretty bad effect as well. So yeah, just be cautious for that, because obviously we know if all the other markets are going to take a hit, we know crypto is going to be taking a pretty big hit as well. Like, we're 10 times more volatile than everything else, so it makes sense for us to take a bigger hit. So yeah, let's do my second altcoin of the day. Start from the daily here for Solana. I see a load of OGs coming through. I think I don't think a lot of you would have got the notification that I went live, just because I know YouTube they tend to not show your audience when you go live when you've had like a week off or something like that. So it's a bit unfair in my opinion, but hey, it is what it is. It's nice to see quite a few of you back coming through. That's Essential coming through. Subchester, I hope you are 100%. Any thoughts on bats? We will get to We'll get to the altcoin request. Let me just bang these out, and then we'll do the altcoin request part of the show. My good people out there. My second altcoin of the day that I've chosen to showcase to you today is Solana. A bit of Solana baby coming through here. As you can see, guys, we do have an upwards sloping parallel channel, which we did actually see a nice clearance getting through there. Really nice in terms of a breakout scenario there. Very good to see indeed. Currently trading around $202 there. All-time highs around 258 that I would say since we've seen the all-time highs around November, start of November there, we have seen quite a strong downtrend. Now, the narrative for Solana in general is actually really quite bullish, right? We do know Solana is going to keep going up, right? The technology's there. They're getting a lot more people interested in their blockchain. That's what I'm seeing a lot. And so, yeah, I would expect Solana to just keep going up. But what we're seeing now, guys, is absolutely fine. This is just a nice, healthy pullback, right? So in terms of an accumulation phase for Solana, it's good. It's a good time to be accumulating Solana, in my opinion. And in terms of targets to the upside, I would be saying all-time highs even higher, around $296, around $300, right? Around $300 is going to probably be the next target up for Solana there, as we are sat in this upward sloping parallel channel, guys. You can see the resistance that we have seen from the top side multiple times here. I would expect resistance again when we do see another momentous move there for Solana. In terms of percentages to get to that zone, we're going to be looking at around a 50% gain there, guys. So yeah. And to be honest, still very achievable in terms of Solana gains coming through there. In terms of support to the lower side here, really not too bad. We have tested this probably 4 or 5 times now. Still holding out. We're still holding out. We're testing the volume weighted ATR band as well. The 55 moving average as well, which we're currently holding, which we have held a massive level of support off before. So yeah, it's not looking too bad, and I would expect Solana to be actually banging it up, right? Now, if Solana doesn't bang it up, and we do have markets in general take a hit, as if Bitcoin starts to bang it down, right? Obviously, Solana's going to be trending down with Bitcoin, because that's usually what happens, right? So we're going to be looking for a move to the downside, right? The move to the downside in terms of a price prediction there is going to be around $109. So yeah, it's not the most favorable thing in the world, but this is obviously worst case crash down scenario there. And if that does happen, we are going to be invalidating pretty crucial higher lows there, which we haven't really done so far. So what I do want to say there is overall Solana is looking really bullish, and there's multiple levels of support that we can be looking out for. We've got the 200 EMA. We've also got this massive trend line coming through from that last point, from that last massive uptrend that we did see coming through there in terms of the breakout scenario. So yeah, we do have a massive bounce point sat at around this 132, 137 there. So yeah, it's really not it's not really that bad. Even if we do break down, guys, we could literally be shorting and then stagger and take profits all the way down from there. I know it's not the most favorable thing shorting crypto, especially when we are like, well, we are feeling bullish, not looking bullish on the charts, but feeling bullish. But yeah, if we're going to be profiting like either way, right? And that's why we like to weigh up all different scenarios. That's obviously the scenario to the downside. Let's weigh up the scenario to the upside, guys, whether we are going to see another breakout scenario coming through here for Solana out of this rising parallel channel, right? This could be very progressive in terms of a long position here, and this is obviously in the future, guys. Speculatively speaking, price targets of around $439 there, a little bit off. Obviously, this is speculatively speaking on where we're going to break, but yeah, overall not too bad in terms of percentages there. It's going to be around a 40% gain there. So yeah, obviously in terms of measure move completion there, and also price target. Now we could even have 116% to go in terms of movement before we actually hit that price target that we were talking about. And in terms of a time frame target for that, we do have obviously the speculatively speaking scenario here is the 6th of January. That's obviously if we just trend up from here. Quite unlikely that we go parabolic up from here and have that breakout very nice and clean, but yeah, it's definitely something to be looking out for the future. So I would expect Q1 next year to basically be showing some insane price targets there for Solana there. So yeah, not too bad overall. Let's jump down to the shorter term time frames and see if we can get some sort of position or some sort of trade coming through today, right? See if we can get some sort of trade today. Because I know some day traders out there, and obviously, guys, nothing I say is financial advice. I just want to stress that. I just want to help you, educate you guys if I can, and help you learn a bit of cold hard TA coming through there. Obviously, pretty strong trend line coming down there. We haven't actually seen us break that, and we potentially are coming down for a retest on that as well. And we do have a falling wedge pattern here, which tends to usually break to the upside. And as you can see, we have broken to the upside here, but we haven't seen measure move completion, right? Measure move completion for this falling wedge is going to be bringing the price all the way up to the volume weighted ATR band, funnily enough, which we know acts as pretty strong resistance there. And that's going to be around a 220% $220 there. So yes, it's going to be interesting to see how that is going to basically plan out there. But what I do want to say is, for me personally, this is something that you could be getting involved with, I would say. I would be looking to get over all major moving averages here, because you can see the momentum to the upside from there, and maybe clearing this high from this previous breakout scenario, because you can see the resistance that we have seen from that. If you were to get in after this 200 here and you were looking to ride that up, I would definitely be taking profit and then having my first take profit at this $206 there, and then basically taking your stop loss, moving your stop loss to your entry, right? Because that basically just eliminates losses and prepares you for any sort of reversal coming through there. Other take profits, I would just be staggering them up at all the very, very obvious horizontals coming through there. But yeah, if you did want to ride this wave all of the way to the top, you could be looking at around a 10-11% gain there for Solana. So yeah, not too bad overall. Obviously, there's a couple more things to be looking out for there. But yeah, just a brief summary on that, on a potential position there for Solana. But yeah, that's going to be your daily update. Altcoin of the day number 2 today, Solana. But yeah, what an interesting way to end that. Yeah, a little bit off. As you can probably imagine, guys, I've had like a week and a half off. Mekana Spaghetti. Morning, lads. Morning, man. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So far on this fine Tuesday morning, 11 degrees in England. Joseph's on the stream. Hi all, Crypto Chester. Good to see you back. How are you, bro? I'm getting there, man. Last day of antibiotics is today. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it all holds out. I mean, I'm not feeling great, but yeah, I'm still here at the end of the day. So I'm gonna be streaming every day now. I can't be doing this time off. I don't like it, man. But yeah, let's move to my third and final altcoin of the day. And then we're going to do some altcoin requests, guys. So get ready to smash altcoin requests in the chat, and we will get to them fairly shortly. I know quite a few of you are probably looking at Luna today, because Luna has actually banged up. We're nearly up 7% there for Luna today. So yes, definitely, we're going to definitely have a look at Luna. Just to hopefully stop you guys FOMOing in and buying the top here, because it could be very, very easy to do, considering a lot of the other markets here are not really performing, bar SHIB. But yeah, we're not going to be touching on that, I don't think. 27 likes as well, guys. Unbelievable. Do appreciate all the likes coming through. Let's do an update here on Luna. My third and final altcoin of the day that I've chosen to showcase to you today is a bit of Luna coming through here, a bit of Terra coming through. As you can see, guys, we do have a rising wedge chart pattern. We were looking for a breakdown scenario from that. We did actually see this come into fruition there. Very, very strong indeed, bringing us down to around 37.89. Now, this is where it's getting quite interesting because we are seeing Luna actually smash it to the upside here, when a lot of the other altcoins are really quite chilling out, right? They're not really doing that much. So yeah, it's very interesting to see. I think maybe all-time highs there for Luna, which is quite fascinating to see in this market for an altcoin to be banging all-time highs there, considering the state of crypto across November in general, right? So yeah, very nice to see Luna doing this. But what I do want to say, guys, we do have multiple trend lines to the upside here. Please, 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 be very careful about investing in Luna now. We're going to be hitting all-time highs. There's going to be mass resistance points to be getting over here before we are going to see a bit more confidence coming into the market there. And look how parabolic we've gone over the last 3 days, right? This is too steep. This is far too steep for my liking. If we are going to jump down to the 4-hour here, we are still looking really quite parabolic, right? And we know the whole Mount Everest scenario there, guys. Mount Everest, we're looking for base camp 1, right? We need to, if we're climbing Everest, we need to be stopping at base camp 1, consolidatory zone, and then base camp 2. This is going to be the healthiest scenario in terms of an uptrend for us. We can't just be going parabolic all the way up here. If we are just going to go parabolic all the way up here, the crash down, when you can't climb Mount Everest without resting, getting some food, right? So if we do get to the top of Mount Everest here without food, without rest, we're probably going to die. When I say that, I mean we're going to crash, right? We're probably going to crash down in price, right? So yeah, that's not going to be a healthy uptrend. That's not the ideal scenario. But yeah, in terms of resistance points to be looking out for here for Luna, in terms of actual points to see reversals, you can see this volume weighted ATR band is very, very strong here. We're coming up to that now, around $56. We do have a trap zone from that from this previous upward sloping resistance line coming through here. We're probably gonna see resistance here, guys. Like you can see the support that we have found on that. We're probably gonna just flip that over, change it to resistance, and probably have a pullback, all-time high, pullback to previous all-time highs. We know how that scenario works. So yeah, it's we might see FOMO take us past this, but then what I do want to say is we do have another humongous trend line at the top side here, around $60 there. So in terms of a risk reward scenario, investing in Luna right now is probably a very bad idea. This is something that I wouldn't be doing. In terms of a risk reward scenario, you've already missed it, right? You've already missed the train. The train to Hobbox has gone. You've missed it, right? So I would expect, if you are looking for an accumulation zone, resistance to be coming down from these zones. Like there's multiple areas to get rejected from here. If we do get over this, I wouldn't even expect us to carry on with this uptrend, right? I would just expect consolidation along this zone before another leg up, right? We can't just go up, right? We can't just go up. Can't stress that enough. Yeah, if you are waiting for an accumulation zone, be patient. We will pull back. It's not just going to go up, guys. And as I said, when we are seeing, this is probably the leader behind SHIB at the moment in terms of the top 50 altcoins that are pumping, I do believe, in terms of my watch list. I would say there's going to be FOMO coming into this, right? There's going to be FOMO coming into this, so we basically need to take into consideration those FOMO people basically selling off when they make a little bit of profit, right? So yeah, and when that does happen, we know with crypto it happens very fast. So yeah, for me personally, not an investment, but I just wanted to basically bring this up as the altcoin of the day, just to give you guys a bit of education, so you're not jumping into the altcoin that's doing the best, right, and buying the top, because we're not here to buy the top, guys. We're here to accumulate money and make money sensibly. And in terms of a risk reward scenario, as I was just saying there, this is not a very good risk reward scenario to be getting into there. But yeah, overall, Luna's not looking too bad. I mean, to be actually banging it up from now at this point is actually really, really quite good. In terms of price predictions for the future here, after we've had this pullback, after we've actually settled down in the price, probably even coming back down to 48, that sort of area, that's the clear horizontal that we can see there. If we can get over this $60 there, then we can talk about these other major trend lines here that we can see, right? Major trend line that we can see here is around $74 there, and also another one coming through from the previous all-time highs as we were riding that wave up recently through October. These are going to be very, very strong points around 87, 86 sort of area to be looking out for there. But overall, Luna is bullish, but please, please, please just expect a pullback before continuation, right? Don't buy the top. But yeah, that's going to be it from me in terms of Luna. It's going to be a daily update on Luna today. Now, guys, you know what time it is. You know what time it is now. It's the altcoin request part of the show. So get your altcoin requests in the chat, and I'll get to I'll start doing some altcoin requests for you live. Oh, Jonah says, please check RMRK, Chester. I'm actually intrigued about this because I did buy a bag of this. See what it's doing. See what it's doing. It's consolidating. Absolutely fine, man. This is good. This is good. It's healthy. It's healthy, right? When you're seeing pumps up like this, like really insane gains to the upside, right? You see consolidation. This is the whole Mount Everest scenario that I was talking about. You can see consolidation looking really quite good. And that's basically what we're seeing here. After running up really quite steep, to not be having correctionary phases coming down, even to this trend line, like to the lower side here with this 200 EMA as well, it actually shows there's a hell of a lot of confidence here. We are seeing sell-offs, but the buybacks are causing this range that we are playing in here. So yeah, it's actually really quite confident, I would say, for RMRK right now. In terms of a buying opportunity, it's really not too bad, right? It's really not too bad. And if we were going to fall off a cliff, we would have done that by now, right? So yeah, I would expect another leg up fairly shortly, right? I would expect another leg up fairly shortly to be coming through there. And if we are going to see any sort of massive pump to the upside here, we could be looking at around a 59.51% gain there to the upside. Really quite interesting stuff there. And 32 likes as well, guys. I appreciate all the likes coming through. Obviously, I have been fairly ill, and YouTube they're not going to be favoring me in terms of the algorithm. So yeah, your likes do not go unappreciated, I must say. Let's have a little look at VeChain, because I know a lot of people are liking the look of VeChain, right? Yeah, a lot of people want a bit of VET. Have a look at VET, shall we? Oh, I need some fresh TA on this, though. It's very crowded, my charts. Not a fan. Yeah, I've one of my good friends holds a lot of VET, and it's not been a very good one recently. In terms of like taking a hit, VET is really taking a hit, right? And we're not even close to all-time highs from before, which is pretty unhealthy. It's pretty unhealthy, I would say. But yeah, let's get a bigger picture on VET right now. I'm here today to give you a daily update on VeChain. Obviously, the last time we saw insane gains to the upside was April, and then obviously the May crash came in, and we obviously set pretty strong lower highs from there. Now, from there, guys, we did actually set a very nice grey box zone in terms of the lower high resistance point to be looking out for. We've only cleared that a couple of times, right? Cleared it a couple of times, most recently at the start of November. From that point, it's just been trending down, unfortunately. But what I want to say is a very crucial point for VET is actually right now. As you can see, quite obviously, we do have an ascending triangle, guys. An ascending triangle usually does mean continuation to the upside, right? Hopefully, that is going to play out. But at this point in time, we do need to basically take into consideration worst case scenario, right? The worst case scenario that we can be looking for here is us losing this mass level of support, right? We are sat on the cusp of testing this as support. If we do lose this, guys, if we lose this, we didn't quite, maybe got a candle close below it, but probably would be adjusting that trend on ever so slightly there. Not like that. Ever so slightly there. Probably something along the lines of this. And then, yeah, we didn't quite get candle close below that there, guys, if we're going on candle bodies here. So, yeah, this is very crucial. Very crucial. And the reason for this is if we do lose that, it could mean a breakdown scenario, right? A breakdown scenario, which could mean lower prices for VeChain. I mean, we have been trending down for quite a while, and we have seen a very strong buyback from this 10 cents and 36 there from that low there. But to be honest, the way that this is trending down, it's very steep, very unhealthy. And the measurement to the lower side here is going to be around this high low here. It's going to be around this 8 cents there. I mean, VeChain to get to 8 cents, I think it's really quite unlikely there. Hopefully we can actually bounce here. Things to be looking out for, guys, is to start off with, we're testing the 10 simple here on the daily. We're testing the 10 simple on the daily around 12 cents. Can you please get over that VeChain, and then we can bounce back up to this 21 and the 55 there, and then we can talk about the idea of getting over this grey box zone again. But overall, in terms of altcoins there, VeChain has been asleep, guys. It's been asleep. It's been lacking. We really do need it to just pull its socks up in a sense and really just go on that run. But unfortunately, no. Right now, it's not looking the best. Obviously, it's not great, but yeah, that's the breakdown scenario to be looking out for there. If we do break down for VeChain here, around 8 cents is going to be the target, unfortunately, there. I'm not saying that we're going to get to 8 cents straight away. I'm going to be saying that we are going to be staggering take profits all the way down. If we are going to be seeing this, you can see multiple levels of reversal here. And you can see the buybacks for VeChain is usually really quite strong, which we have seen very recently there. So yeah, it's not I wouldn't say it's the end of the world for VeChain right now. But I do want to say if there is going to be a short position to be profiting from, this is going to be it here. Interesting stuff there. But yeah, in terms of a breakout to the upside, let's go on the basis that we do actually bounce here. And this whole downtrend is basically just the whales being not very nice and basically getting everyone to sell at a loss here. We could be looking at a break to the upside here. The break to the upside is going to be here, guys. It's going to be around 14 cents there. I wouldn't be longing it until we get over this zone here, because there's just crucial. There's too many resistance points coming through here, especially from this grey box zone. You can see how this correlates very well with these lower highs here. So yeah, that's definitely a point to be looking out for there for VeChain. What I would be looking for in terms of a breakout scenario to the upside, it is probably going to be something along the lines of this. That's the most recent uptrend there. Yeah, that's the most recent uptrend to be looking out for, and that would be bringing us up to around 20 cents there. So still not even all-time highs there. But at the end of the day, it is going to be a higher high in terms of this uptrend that we are, or this macro uptrend that we are seeing here. So yeah, not the end of the world, but it would be nice to actually see us actually get there, right? If we don't see us get there, then it's not going to be very good. It's not going to be very good at all, right? Yeah, but as I said, in order to get over that, we do have multiple resistance levels there. But yeah, a couple of points to be looking out for there in terms of VeChain in general. Now let's jump down to the shorter term time frames here. The 1 hour. See if we can get any sort of information coming through here. As I said, massive bounce point from the volume weighted ATR band there. You can see the support that this level does actually form across multiple time frames, guys. Very important tool. And you can see the 200 EMA is actually holding us back here in terms of resistance there. So in terms of a shorter term target here on the hour, I would be looking to get over this 12 cents and 18 there. That's what definitely a point to be looking out for VeChain there. But yeah, hopefully we can, and then basically ride that wave all the way up. If we can see VeChain actually come up. I mean, in terms of the lower high that we have set here, this is actually looking really quite progressive, really quite bullish here. We've got a micro lower high, but this is, I would say this is more of more congruent, because you've seen a bit of a bigger pullback from that point there. So yeah, not too bad, as long as we can clear this 200 EMA and carry on setting these highs in terms of this trend, right? So yeah, that'd probably be our update today on daily. Your daily update today on VeChain. I wouldn't say there's any positions really cooling out right now. But yeah, a couple of points to be looking out for there in terms of a prediction there for VeChain in general. Yeah, it's going to be a daily update on VeChain. Now, let's have a look at the chat. Cyber says, we gonna die? I don't want to die. No one wants to die, man. It's all good. Can you check BTC one more time? Pumping? Are we? We have bounced from 55.9 quite, I nearly drew on my face then, 55.9 quite nicely. As I was saying earlier at the start of the stream there, called up moving averages usually means a break here. So hopefully we can actually have a continuation of this uptrend to the upside here. But I do want to say this candle here at 8 AM this morning, we did actually see quite a bit of pump and then a bit of a dump, right? So that shows we do have still selling pressure to the downside, right? People are still looking to sell here. But yeah, interesting. I would say there is key points to be looking out for here for Bitcoin, and that is obviously this downwards sloping resistance line here. And that's going to be around 58,400. There's definitely going to be a long position from that up. If we are going to break that, breakout scenario is going to be looking very attractive. And I know with the fear and greed index right now, not a lot of people are really going to be looking to be longing Bitcoin right now, because they're just factually they're really quite scared, right? And to be honest, I don't blame them. Look at the chart. It's been really quite awful for quite a while. So so yeah, it's definitely a point to be looking out for there for BTC in general there. And that was for Abraham, I think. Let's have a little look at the chat. LR says, we're definitely going up, Donna. Or are you not, Donna? Keeping your eyes on it. Smash those likes, guys. What are you waiting for? Says LR. Amazing stuff there, guys. Do appreciate all your likes. And I do stream every single day, Monday to Friday. Terry wants a little bit of an update on crypto.com. And who am I to let you down, Terry? Because I have been, like, I'm not sure if you're a regular here, but I've been fairly ill recently, right? And And we can't do this on it's not on Binance, is it? So should we do Coinbase? Yeah, let's do Coinbase. And to be honest, I've seen Crypto.com actually doing really quite well, gaining like 20% a day for a very long time, right? And it's been a bit of a leader in terms of climbing the market cap, climbing the NASCAR race on on CoinMarketCap, right? It's been quite fun to watch. It's been quite entertaining to watch how Crypto.com has been doing. But yeah, let's do an update on it. Let's do a big update on it because I don't think I've got any. It's a fresh chart, right? Nice fresh chart. Let's jump to the daily and maybe let's not do it on Coinbase because there's not that much data. No, we don't have Crypto.com on here, so let's do it on KuCoin. Oh, I do have data on KuCoin, right? Let's get rid of this and get rid of this. That insane parabolic. Right, let's do the weekly. Let's start off with the weekly. Look at that, that's mad. Would you close a short from 62 on SHIB now? I'm going to jump to SHIB ever so quickly just because you're shorting from 62, right? And you're in a live position. I don't want you to get wrecked. If I can help you, I will. To be honest with you, just doing a little. I'm not the biggest meme coin dude in the world, right? I think it's actually quite detrimental to the seriousness of crypto and what's going on. But what I do want to say is SHIB is not just going to keep going up, guys. It is just literally an exchange with a hell of a lot of FOMO behind it. So I would say we do have a parallel channel here. Bull flag at the top of an uptrend, guys, usually means continuation to the upside, right? Right now, you are seeing a lot of FOMO coming in. In terms of SHIB in general, right, you're up 18% today, and we're still very early on in the day. So, well, we're not really. It was 11:30, but but what I do want to say here is you're probably going to see more continuation to the upside here. So yeah, if you weren't taking profit from your SHIB short from 62 all the way down, right, it's still hefty profit, right? If you weren't taking profit all the way down here, then it's not good. It's not good. Greed is not your friend here. And forming this bull flag does look for a breakout scenario here. So SHIB's not just going to keep going up, in my opinion. I do think we are going to see retracements coming through here. And this is the measure move has already been completed from this bull flag scenario here. On the daily, let's jump down to the 4 hour. So yeah, this is the measure move to the upside here around this 5,180 there. So yeah, we're still, I mean, we're just going parabolic, right? And when we see parabolic motion like this, Everest is getting climbed here. When we see Everest get climbed here, it's not healthy, guys. It's really not healthy. We need consolidation. Otherwise, we come up and we actually get slammed back down, right? We get slammed back down. So let's jump to the daily chart for SHIB ever so quickly, just because it's just a prime example, right? You're climbing Everest. You're going to get slammed back down if you don't stop and consolidate. This is perfect, actually. This is nice. This is base camp 1, guys. This is base camp 1. Parabolic motion. Climbing Mount Everest here. Base camp 1 is reached. Consolidation, very healthy. Parabolic motion. We're looking for base camp 2 in terms of consolidation, and then we're looking for the peak. We went too parabolic, guys. There was no breaks in between. Rejection. See, that's what I'm saying now, guys. Just be careful. And in terms of risk-reward scenarios, in terms of trading SHIB right now, you're going to have, in my opinion, you're going to have more luck and a better percentages and stuff like that, and trading like less FOMO-powered coins, right? I know it's nice making gains and stuff, but just be careful, right? Just be very careful with especially trading SHIB. Doge, not so much now. It's kind of got a bit more stable, but SHIB in general, we are still quite early in its days. So yeah, we could expect some insane price action coming through, right? I'm not really sure. Well, yeah, I know. I'm not going to go into SHIB anyway. But yeah, let me jump back to what was it? What were we doing? What were we doing? I've completely forgotten. It wasn't VET. We did VET. And it was Crypto.com for Terry, it was. Apologies, Terry. Got a little sidetrack there. Crypto.com, we'll do it on KuCoin, right? And we will start from the weekly, my good sir. Yeah, it's nice to be back, I must say, guys. Nice to be back. I do appreciate all the support. Appreciate everyone stopping by. We got Lauren. How are you? How have you been? Nathan saying, I just got here. How have you been, Chester? Where did you go? I was ill, man. I'm still. I got one day of antibiotics left. So my voice went there. Antibiotics left there. So yeah, it won't be long. Hair is still receding as usual. Good. Nice to see. Love to see it. Won't be long until a hair transplant. But yeah, let's do a bit of crypto.com. Dive straight into this. I'm here today to give you an update on Crypto.com. As you can see here, we're going to be starting off here on the weekly on the KuCoin chart. You can see previous highs coming through here. The resistance from the open there, resistance from this high here. The sell-off was very, very strong. Now, it's actually really quite interesting what we've seen here for Crypto.com over the last literally like 4 weeks or so. Really quite progressive price action here. Really quite nice, really quite healthy. Breakout scenario that was very present and still pretty valid, I would say. It is going to be, we're going to go on the most recent uptrend here, guys, and that's going to be something along the lines of this, right? And yeah, I would say measure move has just about been completed here, so I would actually expect some sort of reversal here to the downside. And to be honest, we know the whole parabolic motion. We know we know the Mount Everest climb that we talk about here, guys. We're looking for that base camp one, right? We're looking for that base camp one in terms of consolidation there, and if we are going to see Basecamp 1 actually come into fruition here, it's absolutely going to be fine. That's going to be very, very healthy indeed. So let's jump down to the shorter term time frames, because if we don't actually see consolidation along this zone, guys, we're probably going to see pretty big rejections, right? Pretty big rejections, and it would basically be bringing us all the way back down to this very, very strong level of support around this 42 cents there. Ideally, no, we don't want to get that. And to be honest, in terms of the fundamental behind Crypto.com, I really don't think we're going to get there. I think we're probably going to actually consolidate for a little bit and then take another leg up, right? I really would quite expect that. In terms of Crypto.com as a business, they're doing very, very, very well, and they're actually one of the biggest advertisers in the space, I would say, in terms of getting their branding out there, right? I would say they're very, very, very strong in terms of their marketing team. So yeah, it's not too bad, but what I would say is parabolic motion to the upside here. We're looking for base camp 1 here. Let me just draw that in ever so quickly. Parabolic motion, looking to climb Everest here, looking for base camp 1 in terms of consolidation, and then we can take another leg up to base camp 2, right? And then another leg up in terms of, we need consolidation here as well, and then we can look at Mount Everest peak, right? And that's going to be very, very nice to see for Crypto.com in general. Now, if we are going to be jumping down here to the shorter term time frame, because I can see over the last like 6 days or so, we are seeing a bit of a retracement here. And this is absolutely fine, guys. This is absolutely fine because we do have fairly strong trend lines, right? But it is at the top of an uptrend, right? And we know how this works. We know how this works. We're looking at probably a bullish pennant chart pattern, guys. A bullish pennant chart pattern, symmetrical triangle at the top of an uptrend here. Usually means continuation to the upside, right? So yeah, it's absolutely healthy, absolutely fine. In terms of targets right now for Crypto.com here on the 4 hour, I would see a nice volume weighted ATR band, probably sat around this $8.84 there in terms of a target. Obviously, we've got to get over all major moving averages, and yeah, potential for a lovely potential long position there from that. In terms of a measure move, which we could be looking at here, it could be looking at something along the lines of this. Still quite ambitious, I would say, but not too bad, considering how it's been behaving. It's only going to be around a 24.95% gain, and as we have seen most recently for Crypto.com, we have seen very big spikes, like up 20% in like a day or so. Really, really quite nice for Crypto.com coming through there. Overall, very, very bullish. I would expect higher prices, and I would expect it to really challenge or overtake SHIB and Doge yet again in the coin market cap race. So that's definitely something to be looking at as well, because it's quite entertaining watching that, especially with AVAX as well, doing a challenge as well. But yeah, overall, I would say fairly bullish here for Crypto.com. Breakout scenario is going to be around that 71 cents there. For a lovely long position coming through there. But yeah, that's going to be your daily update today there on Crypto.com. And we've got a super chat come through from Stuart. Thank you ever so much, my good sir. Do appreciate the 10 AED. Do appreciate that, man. It's in UK money, I think it's equivalent to like a cup of coffee or maybe half a pint of beer. So yeah, I do appreciate it, man. I'll have a drink on you, man. Do appreciate it. Thank you ever so much. And yeah, he says good to be back. Yeah, man, it's good to be back. No, still not 100%, but it's good to be back, I must say. To be honest, I've really missed streaming. It's fun. Like I've been trading in the day and stuff, but just I like educating you guys. Like a few newer traders out there, I like to help you in your trading ability. So Yeah, it's nice to be back, man. I do appreciate it. And 37 likes, unbelievable as well, guys. Do appreciate that. Sarah Lucas wants a little... Lucas? Yeah. Sarah Lucas wants a little bit of a loop ring. LRC, I do believe. LRC. Is that loop ring? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. In a world, one man, one opportunity. Let's have a little look. Should we start on the daily? Look at that. Another parabolic motion. I'm here today to give you a daily update on loop rings. Starting off here on the daily, as you can see, we've seen insane progression to the upside coming throughout pretty much the whole of not quite the whole of November, but towards the end of November and into the start, the end of October into the start of November. From there, the parabolic motion has just come into Basecamp 1, and this is just a perfect example of Basecamp 1, creating a really nice range in this area here, and this is what we are looking for when we're looking to basically take another leg up here. So the level of resistance that we are finding here is going to be around at $3 and $3.40 there, and I would say the level of support to be looking out for is also around $2.24 there. Maybe we scur around in this zone for a bit longer before taking another leg up, but overall this is healthy, right? And when I say this is healthy, this is a very nice scenario, because when we're climbing Everest, guys, Basecamp 1, I know I say this a lot, when we're climbing Everest, Basecamp 1 in terms of consolidation, healthy for an uptrend after going parabolic. Otherwise, we're going to run out of food. We're not going to sleep enough. We're going to crash down. We don't want that. So yeah, then after that, we could be looking for another leg up to Basecamp 2 if consolidation is going to hold out there. So yeah, a couple of things to be looking out for there for the old loop ring. What I would say here overall in terms of the chart here on the daily, fairly bullish, higher highs being set continuously in terms of these really, really crucial higher lows from this low point at open around June 2020 there. From there, we've just kind of seen higher lows being set. Really, really quite nice, really quite strong. So yeah, overall bullish on loop ring. I'm not the clearest on the fundamental and technology behind this altcoin in general, but I do want to say overall fairly bullish. Let's jump down to the 4 hour, see if we can get some sort of a bit of a better gauge into what's happening here. I would say obviously that range is still very present. Going to get rid of that one for now and probably move this trend line up, just adhering to this this time frame right now. As you can see, this is where it gets quite interesting, right? Because we do have this high coming through here. This high challenging previous all-time highs there. I think it's previous all-time highs, did we say? Yeah, all-time highs, right? Challenging previous all-time highs there. What I would say is for loop ring here, the resistance that we have found along this zone is actually quite strong. So we are going to come up and test this again. We have tested this probably 4 times here on the 4 hours, so maybe the 5th time we're going to break. Definitely a point to be looking out for there. And also what I would say is it's still strong resistance, guys. It's still very strong resistance. So yeah, we could actually see resistance from this zone as well. So yeah, please take that into consideration. Now I would say another trend line to be looking out for here is going to be here, guys, and this basically is going to be meaning that loop ring is going to be forming, yes, you guessed it, nearly said it wrong then, an ascending triangle, right? An ascending triangle at the top of an uptrend, like so. Genuinely, it means the price is going to keep ascending. We're going to have continuation to the upside, right? So hopefully this is it is a bullish chart pattern. It is looking quite good for a breakout scenario. Now, in terms of longing this, it's this is going to be the most recent uptrend that we are going to be going off here, and it is going to be meaning that we need to get above the volume weighted ATR band here, which we know holds pretty level of support if we can get above it, but if not, resistance is futile. Now, in terms of percentages for this gain, in terms of this long position, it's going to be around a 33% gain there, guys. Really quite progressive, really quite good. What I would say is we do have very strong resistance points before we can actually get into this trade here. And that's obviously going to be lining up perfectly with the volume weighted ATR band as well there. So yeah, overall, not too bad. Target price to the upside here is going to be around $4.80 there. So around a $2 gain from where we are now. What I do want to see is progression, probably riding this trend line up a little bit more. You can see the level of support that we have found here. Really not too bad. But yeah, breakout scenario to be looking out for the future is going to be around this $3.61. Now, this is if we're not going to be seeing all-time highs when we're at this level, which unfortunately here we are, we basically need to be taking profit more often, guys. We need to be taking profit more often because we know the all-time high rule. If we're at all-time highs and we're progressing up further, 80% of the time we usually do come back down to previous all-time highs. And if we are long at an all-time high and we're riding up, we basically want to be planning for all types of reversal there, and it's quite hard to do that at all-time highs. So you just want to be step back, take the greed factor out of it, and just be taking profit the whole way, right? Just be taking profit the whole way. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't reverse straight away, it will reverse. 80% of the time it does reverse. And that is going to be, say if you took all your profit out and it's still going up, you're going to find an accumulation phase along that. You will. It's not just going to keep going up, right? And we know the parabolic motion, if it keeps going up like crazy, it's going to crash back down. It's pretty much fact, right? It's pretty much fact. But yeah, that's what I would say about a nice daily update today on Loop Ring. Now, let's have a little look at the chat coming through there. Oh, Sarah, your Wi-Fi stopped, so you missed it. If you just rewind the stream back, that should be okay there. That's an hour and 21 minutes, guys. I might call it a day. I don't want to come back in too heavy. Don't want to come back in too heavy in terms of streaming because I'm still ill, but not like I'm not as bad as I was, right? I've got one day of antibiotics left, so hopefully I can power through now. So yeah, all good. So yeah, let me I'm gonna call it a day on the streaming today, guys. But thank you ever so much for tuning in, and I do appreciate you all coming back. And I will be back here tomorrow morning. I'm back here every morning, every weekday now. And yeah, I do appreciate you coming through. But yeah, for now, it is going to be peace out and goodbye from me, Crypto Chester. It's good to be back. Are you feeling juicy? You know why we're here. We're here to make money. Cold hard cash. Cheers, everyone. Always juicy.